It's Phil Boyer's 100th league game for Southampton today, and his form this season reflects the way things have been going for his team. Powerful at home, where Boyer has scored 12 league goals and the side 24, but not so good away, where he has yet to score in the league, and Southampton have managed just 4 goals. But Ipswich Town's top scorer, Paul Mariner, knows that their scoring problems are even more acute than that, because Ipswich have only twice managed to score more than 1 goal in a First Division match this season, and the last time was back on the 1st of September. Not all Mariner's fault, of course. Indeed, he got the winner at Derby last week. The absence of Franz Tyson, who was injured playing for Holland against East Germany on Wednesday, means Ipswich reshuffle the side. Mick Mills moves into midfield, Terry Butcher switches to left-back, and Kevin Beattie returns in the centre of the defence. Clive Woods is still injured, but the substitute, Mick Davray, is a 17-year-old South African yet to play in the first team. Southampton still without Charlie George, but they welcome back Chris Nicol, and he starts a new partnership today with the England centre-half Dave Watson. But Malcolm Waldron keeps his place, wearing number 6, and you may well find him in the sweeper's role behind the other 2. The idea is for number 3, Nick Holmes, and perhaps number 2, Ivan Golak as well, to push into midfield. The referee this afternoon is Brian Hill from Wellingborough. So Southampton kicking off in the stripes. Indeed, they've lost 5 of their last 6 matches and have slipped rather drastically down the table from 3rd to 13th. But Ipswich are in the bottom 3. Mike Shannon feeling the first bruise of the afternoon. Kevin Beattie to John Walk. Ipswich in blue shirts and white shorts. Here's Russell Osman. That's George Burley. Ipswich have pushed Mariner and Brazil well forward already, and Mick Mills saying where the ball should have gone. You may well find Eric Gates, number 11, in your picture there, playing just behind the main 2 strikers. Peter Wells, the Southampton goalkeeper, who won the position back from Terry Geno recently. That's for Shannon and Boyer, headed by Beattie. That's Hebbard. Nick Holmes outside him. Boyer's doing his usual busy job of trying to shake the defence out of position, and Steve Williams gets into an offside position there. Here's Butcher, very much a left-footed player, and so, of course, is this man Beattie. Arnold Muren is also predominantly left-footed, number 8. John Walk. Gates. Mariner and Brazil waiting on the far side of the area. This is Gates again with Holmes. There's Butcher. Mariner gets up. Oh, good save by Wells. Very good save indeed from Paul Mariner. By Peter Wells. It was a good cross, and Mariner got up well. Thought he had it away to the goalkeeper's left, but what a good turn round by the Southampton keeper. Butcher trying to get there, and Beattie was also coming in behind him. Here's Osman. And Southampton survive. Here's Steve Williams. Shannon to his right, and Boyer through the centre. 2 players now moving to the left. Burley. Nice, tidy interception. Very much his trademark. And he finds Brazil, wearing number 10. Here's Muren. Alan Ball was in the way, and then it was Waldron turning it back. Shannon, Hebbard. Well, it's a fine ball by Burley to Gates. Brazil made his way at the right time there. Good clearance clearance by Wells. This is Walk. Ipswich beat the offside trap. Brazil timing his run superbly. The ball well delivered by Gates, and earlier by Burley. Here's Gates again. Mariner's got options to his right. Burley again. Brazil. It's Gates. A superb goal by Eric Gates. A lovely strike after 12 minutes, and Ipswich deserved their lead. What a good build-up. First by George Burley at right-back, then Alan Brazil holding, waiting, getting the ball back inside, and Eric Gates struck it first time, and every striker loves to see a ball fly in like that. That's Eric Gates' second goal of the season. Alan Brazil had a hand in it, and now can Ipswich go on and end what's been something of a goal famine here? Or can Southampton find a foothold from being a goal down? Mills. Brazil. Burley. This is good build-up again. Ipswich are playing some crisp football. Brazil's in there once more. It's John Walk. John Walk this time. But Brazil was in there again. He confused the defence. And Ipswich have scored 2 in a minute. Such a good, inventive move again. The passing was precise. Southampton were drawn out of position. Alan Brazil confused the defence. And John Walk ran on to lash that high into the net. So, Ipswich scoring 2 goals in a match for only the 3rd time this season in the First Division. And they've scored them in the first 13 minutes. Fine start, and well-deserved. Muren's made a great run down the left wing. Look at the ball from Beattie. It's just too fine in a way, but Ipswich are in the mood now to try something fairly ambitious, which that was. This is Watson. Shannon's come short, and here's Golak. Williams wide on the right. In the centre, Shannon and Boyer. The ball wasted, rather, by Williams. Here's Mariner. It's a foul by Malcolm Waldron. The referee allows them to take it very quickly, and here's Gates. To the right is Burley. Here's Brazil. Here's Walk. I think there's a player offside there. I wouldn't think that would have counted. Just feel, as that ball was played back by Brazil to Walk, I think Paul Mariner on the far post had just strayed into an offside position. And although Peter Wells made a very good save, I don't think it mattered. Shannon. Muren. Brazil is offside. So Ball wanting to get on with things as rapidly as he can. Side 2 goals down. Hebard finds Golak. Now it's Williams. Shannon. Ball. Osman. Muren. Been playing half an hour. And that period has undoubtedly belonged to Ipswich, even though that pass has gone astray. Here's Holmes. Mills playing himself into a little bit of trouble there, but Beattie seems to be sorting everything out at the back. This is Muren now. Mills was ready again, the sign of a good pro. Quick to atone for his own mistake. Brazil. Fine run. Brilliant run by Brazil. And Brazil makes it 3. A glorious goal. Started from the back. Initially by Beattie. Mills took it up. But what happened when it reached Brazil? He just picked the ball up and went on running. Took his time, went past another defender, hit it left foot, and he found the target. 31 minutes gone, and Ipswich Town 3, Southampton 0. Ipswich, in no more than half an hour, really, equalling their previous best score of the season in the First Division. So Alan Brazil, full of life. He's had a hand in 2 goals and scored one himself. And Southampton, at this stage, looking very fragmented. This is Ball. Well, 2 of the goals have been crackers, there's no doubt about that. And Ipswich's mood this afternoon, it started off optimistically, but they've got better and better. Already the Ipswich song, which was heard at Portman Road in better days, beginning to reverberate around the ground. They've had some disappointing games here this season, but this is something different. There's a real cohesion and urgency about the way they've worked from the back here right through to the front players. And Southampton, I think, losing their patience and even their tempers. There'll be a few murmurings and mutterings because there's some experienced players on this team, no one more so than Ball. And Southampton have been guilty of a couple of late tackles in these last couple of minutes. That's a free kick to Ipswich. And you can see the anxiety all over Alan Ball's face. His side 3 goals down and not really together at all. Burley. Away by Nicol for a corner. Teasing cross, which Nicol had to deal with in that simple but safe fashion because Brazil was coming in behind him. It was a cross from Arnold Muren, actually. Well, that must be the most encouraging 45 minutes that the Portman Road crowd have seen this season from Ipswich, certainly in the First Division. They started well and they got better, and their reward came with some fine personal performances, none more so than that from Alan Brazil, who made the first 2 goals and scored the 3rd. And the performance at the back of Kevin Beattie was also an indication of how well Ipswich played throughout the side. Southampton really not in things in the first half, and the scorers Gates, Warp and Brazil. Ipswich start the second half, playing from left to right. 3 goals up, and you can often measure the way a match is going by what people say to you during the half-time interval, and many Ipswich supporters have come up to me and said they've never played better than in that first 45 minutes. Certainly not this season, anyway. Burley's header back. That's Franz Tyson in the centre, who scored for Holland on Wednesday and is now injured. Mitch Devray on the far side, wondering if he'll get his chance this afternoon. Watson for Southampton. Waldron. Golak. Walk the interceptor. Foul by Nicol on Gates. He's only a little fellow, Eric Gates, but he's wiry and difficult to knock off the ball, and he's very, very brave. Muren with the kick. Mariner. It's a fascinating meeting, that, between Mariner and Watson, because both are acknowledged to be outstanding in the air, and Mariner has won more than his fair share, I would say, and giving Watson quite a battle. Beattie gets tremendous length on his headers, Kevin Beattie. The ball seems to absolutely fly off his forehead. Holmes. Osman in a little bit strong on Hebard from the back. And here's ball. Hebard. Oh. Well, giving it away like that has been part of Southampton's downfall in midfield. Or in the first half it was. Mills. Burley. Oh, Brazil finds some space on this side. Mariner and Walker both far post. Gates is further in. This is still Brazil. Very nicely taken out by Chris Nicholl. Very clean challenge. Near to the dead ball line. Never easy, that. Fine run, though, by Alan Brazil. I haven't seen him enjoy a match so much in the first team. Burley. Right across to Gates. Good save. That wasn't easy for the goalkeeper. It must have come through a crowd of players from Eric Gates. Well struck, bounced awkwardly, and Wells did well to get to it and turn it round. Hebard. That was Mirren's challenge. BTU got the ball away to Gates. Now it'll be Watson coming through for Southampton. Shannon. That's a good ball, and he's onside here. Hebard got through, good save by Cooper. That's Alan Ball, and Williams couldn't make it at the far post. And Ipswich just reminded there that this game is not quite as dead and buried as they might like to think. And now the Southampton manager goes down for a closer look. He might have felt his side should have scored there. Shannon putting Hebard through, and Paul Cooper coming off his line. Hebard perhaps delaying a little bit to make sure, and Cooper making a good save. His first difficult save. Osman. Osman hoping for a 1-2 with Mariner there. He's now got to get back into defence. Nick Holmes popping up on the right wing. Boyer. Williams. Ball is pulled across to the left in this attack. This is Chris Nicholl. Little ball fed through for Phil Boyer, and he's missed it. And the flag stayed down, so it would have counted. Ipswich wondering quite who was supposed to be marking Boyer, and the answer was that nobody did. And the ball was fed through quite nicely there, and Boyer had a very good chance, but didn't hit the target. And he seems to be finding that in home matches, as I said earlier on, and not so easily away. And with 10 minutes left, Ipswich bringing off John Walk and sending on 17-year-old Mitch Devray. Walk's had a difficult week. He played in the International on Wednesday, so he's happy enough. And Devray's happy too, because he's come on for his first taste of First Division football. Andrzejewski coming on in place of Ivan Golak, who was only past fit this morning anyway with flu. Waldron. Holmes. Here's Hebard, and it was Osman's tackle. Hebard put on his way there by a nice flick from Mike Shannon. Osman was quickly in, though. 7 minutes to go, Southampton on the attack, still 3 goals down. That's Hebard with the throw. Shannon. Again Hebard. Waldron is up there, and that wasn't too far away. Well, Southampton are entitled to look back on at least 2 very good chances in the second half, both of which they missed. But having said that, Ipswich began the match so well and was so much in the ascendancy, it was almost a foregone conclusion. Mariner. Gates. It's a fine ball to Devray. Arnold Muren in the centre, Mariner trying to make it, and Brazil. Devray pulls it back to Gates. Gates who had the shot, but the appreciation for the newcomer, who is actually applying for British citizenship, but he has to be here for 5 years to achieve that, I gather. Gates again, played early. De Vrij, challenged by Watson, and now Ball. Shannon again, hugging that right-hand touchline as Williams joins the attack and finds him. Southampton have got 4 players waiting in the centre. This is still Shannon. At least it was until Beattie got there. And found Brazil. And there's De Vrij, and Brazil has continued his run down the left wing. And that's Beattie. Murin. That's a good turn by Paul Mariner. Fine run by Mariner, and just at the end. Now, has he given a penalty? He has. Dave Watson protests, and the referee has given a penalty for the challenge at the end of Mariner's run. Watson going across to argue about it, but a foul, says the referee. It looked a little innocuous, perhaps, at first sight, but he was knocked to one side, and a penalty it is to Ipswich. With 5 minutes left, and Alan Ball has walked behind the goal. And the referee may be talking to him about dissent, and if he is, it could be serious because he's already had a booking. And Alan Ball, the Southampton captain, is entitled to speak for his team, but the referee is not going to change his mind. Mariner. Oh dear. Well, I suppose Southampton will say that there was a bit of rough justice done there. Paul Mariner was the man allegedly brought down, and he's the man who shakes his head because that penalty was blasted wildly over the bar. So, 3 goals to 0 and a missed penalty in the bargain. And just 3 minutes left here. Ball. Shannon. Williams. Oh, touch there, was that? And Williams gets the shot right through, and Williams gets a goal back. Well, it flew straight through. Cooper was deceived by a Southampton player in the way, but Steve Williams claimed the goal, and his first goal in the league this season, I do believe. So just 2 minutes from the end, and Southampton get one back. That was Shannon to Boyer. Foul by Osman. That's Waldron with the kick. Glancing off the head of Kevin Beattie. So, Ipswich take the points thanks to a scintillating first-half performance, and Southampton getting respectability back in the second. But Mick Mills leading the team by example, and a sign that Ipswich don't belong in the bottom 3, which is where they started today's game. Gates, Walk and Brazil, the scorers for Ipswich in the first half. Mariner missed a penalty in the second half, which could have made it 4-0. Instead, Southampton got one back near the end. But on the match as a whole, Ipswich worthy winners, and they will be hoping that now after 2 successive wins, they'll start to climb the table. Southampton, though, have lost 6 matches out their last 7, and as the players go off, they'll be concerned about that.